My husband constantly says he wants to have sex with his coworker. My husband, 33 male, and I, 29 female, have been together for almost 10 years and married for almost 5 years. Met in college and started our careers, so we have always been on the same page when it came to life. Tilt your phone and subscribe. My husband is honest to his own detriment, and especially in this case my own as well. He doesn't lie, and if he does lie, it's hiding that he spent $10 on Amazon without running it by me first. Since he started his current position 5 years ago, he always expressed his attraction to this woman, 45-ish F at work. Now, my husband can't hide how he feels. He'll tell me right away if he finds women attractive. We've argued about this several times that I don't like this, and he needs to save this locker room talk for his guy friends. He always says I'm his friend and that I shouldn't blame him because he's honestly, and he wouldn't do it and just likes talking about it. I don't do this type of behavior because I simply don't feel this way, nor do I look for this in other people. Sure, there are attractive celebrities, but also they're so far removed from reality that it's not the same, especially since I don't go into detail on what I like and what I'd like to do to them. My husband does. He says if he could, he would smash, and he'd love to just ram this older woman. They're friends and they tell inappropriate jokes all the time and are very chummy. My husband always says that she is the female version of himself because they both came from Catholic school and they just have the same sense of humor and dirty mind. It unsettles me, but I'd like to say I trust him. Some background, he hasn't really given me a reason to not trust him or believe him. Like I said, he's honest to his own detriment. There was this one time before we got engaged and he was at a work function with his previous company and it was a whole team celebration and they stayed over a hotel. There was this precarious situation where these two girls were kind of trying to get him into a threesome or something and he just left because he was uncomfortable. And also, I remember expressing how mad I was at him that he got into this situation in the first place. Like, he always says he doesn't know what he'll do in a situation until he's in it and makes whatever decision he makes. He likes testing his character because he feels that it builds character. He also says he doesn't fully trust himself to make the right decision each time, and that when he does make the right decision, I should praise him to making the right decision, and I should be proud of him. Now, back to this woman. She's older with a teenager, almost college-aged daughter, and an older husband. They're pretty close and text outside of work all the time. We've gotten her dog treats and toys, and she has done the same with our dog. I had never met this woman and only heard of how hot she is and how milfy she is and how she makes him hard because of how she dresses. She apparently dresses really feminine and always has her hair done up nice in big waves or curls and has a thin physique. Think of 50s hairstyles and just overall styles on how women dressed. My husband really likes that style of woman, I guess, and she really tries to look nice. He always says he can't help look at her and think how attractive she is, and if given the chance, may have sex with her if that was ever possible. But then he retracts and says, it'll never happen because she probably doesn't feel that way and his self-esteem gets in the way. As I said, this is a topic he brings up often to my absolute dislike, which he knows well and always says he won't actually do anything, but he can fantasize and dream of being wanted by other women without it being cheating. He says I should be happy that he's so honestly and unwilling to hide anything from me. It breaks my heart every time, and I wish he knew this. Like, truly wish he knew that it doesn't just bother me, but shatters my every being. I am Obeksan! Do subscribe. I've tried to express it, but there are no words on how it makes me feel, how my soul feels, and how it makes me body want to break down and not exist anymore. He just responds with how I'm being crazy or too much and continually backs up how nothing will ever happen because of the reasons above. I met her today. She came to my house because they were carpooling to go to a meeting an hour away, as well as a work awards dinner later that night. None of that is a lie. because he did have important client meetings, and he did get a bonus for the award he received, so there's nothing there to point to that he lied. We talk about work all the time because of the similarity of our occupations, so it's not uncommon for us to know each other's schedules down to the minute. She was prettier than I expected, and I had trouble carrying myself during small talk before they left for their meeting. After they officially left, I just felt some type of way all throughout the workday and actively ignored all of his texts because I didn't want to ruin his day with my dramatic feelings. I also don't want to come off as jealous, but really can't help myself. During the dinner, my husband got really drunk, since we're not drinkers in the first place, so he is a bit of a lightweight. He didn't sit with this woman at the dinner because of assigned seating, and due to the crowd at his table, he needed a little liquid courage since these folks were high up in the company. He's really charismatic, so he needed to bring that out somewhat freely. Well, he was too drunk to drive, and so he asked her to drive his car back to our house where her car was. He got back in one piece, and I was asleep from crying. He came in and kept droning on how he wished she tried to take advantage of him to confirm that he's attractive and can still get ladies, particularly her, attention. He wants to be noticed and wanted by other women. Another thing he always tells me, he kept saying that if she ever thought anything of him, this was her chance. But he also said he just wanted a chance to decline or let her down. This all makes me sick, but maybe I'm overthinking. I am currently 20 weeks pregnant with our first, and maybe I just should chalk it up to hormones and feeling a certain way, because my body isn't what I want it to be. And I've felt distant lately because we're both busy with work. I just need this out there to vent to someone. I can't talk to my mom because she would take this out of proportion, and I don't like involving others in the matters of my marriage. I just feel so stressed and need this outlet because I don't want it affecting the baby and my health. Today really broke me down, and I don't know if I can take it. I do love my husband. I really do. But I can't do this anymore. I don't know how to tell him how I feel to really get the point across. I know I can't control how he feels about someone, and I'd rather he tell me the truth than not, but is this something he needs to constantly tell me? Like, what good is it for me to know, other than to clear his conscience that he was truthful and honest? We have a great life and great future ahead of us, with the both of us just starting our and having so much to be thankful for. Maybe I'm just ungrateful, and this is the price to pay for a nice and stable life. My thoughts. It sounds like you're feeling deeply hurt and frustrated by your husband's behavior. His lack of respect and apparent disregard for your marriage is indeed troubling. It's understandable to be concerned about how his drinking problem might escalate and potentially lead to further issues. It may be helpful to address these feelings openly and honestly with him, or seek support from a trusted friend or counselor to navigate this challenging situation. Did you miss my previous video? How dare you? Just kidding. Catch you in this video?